a subject with no urgency. Tonight's story is about Roman roads, not about Roman emperors, not about wars, not about dramatic events, just roads. Long stone roads built slowly, used daily, and rarely thought about by the people who depended on them. Everything in this story is true. It happened gradually, and it happened without spectacle. The Roman Republic and later. The Roman Republic and later the Roman Empire expanded over large areas of land. As Roman territory grew, movement became necessary. Soldiers needed to march. Officials needed to travel. Messages needed to arrive on time. Before Roman roads, travel was slow and unreliable. Paths became muddy. Routes shifted with the season. Journeys took longer than expected. The Romans preferred consistency. They believed a road should be dependable even if nothing else was. Roman roads were carefully planned. Surveyors called agrimensors measured land using basic tools. They used measuring rods, plumb lines, simple sighting instruments. Their goal was not comfort. It was directness. Roman roads were often straight because straight lines were easier to measure, easier to maintain, and easier to control. If a hill blocked the path, they cut through it. If a marsh lay ahead, they drained it or built over it. The land was altered to suit the road. Once the route was chosen, construction began. Workers dug a trench along the planned line. The depth depended on the soil, but it was often deep enough to ensure stability. Loose earth was removed. The ground was leveled. Drainage channels were prepared. This stage took time. There was no urgency. Roman road building was systematic, not hurried. Roman roads were built in layers. Then, at the bottom were large stones placed to form a strong foundation. Above them came smaller stones. Then gravel. Then sand or mortar. Each layer was compressed carefully. The goal was durability. The final surface consisted of flat stones cut to fit closely together. These stones reduced erosion and allowed carts and pedestrians to travel more easily. Most Roman roads were wide enough for 2 carts to pass. They often included raised edges, called curbstones, to prevent water from pooling. Drainage was essential. Water damaged roads. The Romans understood this and designed roads to shed rain efficiently. The result was a surface that remained usable in many weather conditions. Roman roads were built by a combination of laborers. Soldiers often participated. So did enslaved people. Local labor was sometimes required. Road building was not prestigious work. It was repetitive. physically demanding, and rarely acknowledged. Yet it was essential to the functioning of the empire. Once completed, Roman roads were used constantly. Merchants transported goods. Officials traveled between cities. Messengers carried written orders. Most travelers did not admire the roads, yes. They expected them to work. A successful road was one that went unnoticed. Along Roman roads stood milestones. These were stone markers placed at regular intervals. They recorded distances and often named the emperor who commissioned repairs. Most milestones pointed toward Rome. Rome was the reference point for the entire road system. This reinforced the idea that all roads led back to the center of power. Roman roads required maintenance. Stones cracked, surfaces shifted, vegetation grew. Maintenance crews repaired damage and cleared debris. This work continued as long as Roman authority remained. Neglect signaled decline. A maintained road meant control still existed. At its height, the Roman road network extended over 400,000 kilometers. More than 80,000 kilometers were paved with stone. This made Rome one of the most connected civilizations in ancient history. The system allowed the empire to function efficiently for centuries. When Roman authority weakened, road maintenance declined. Some roads fell into disrepair, others continued to be used. Many modern European roads follow Roman routes. The stones remained long after the empire disappeared. Roman roads were not built for beauty. They were built for use. They carried ordinary people on ordinary days for ordinary reasons. They remain one of Rome's most enduring achievements precisely because they were practical. And now, as the roads fade into silence, there is nothing left to do but rest.